Welcome to episode 4 on this Artful Rodger series of 6 videos that we promised you that we would be doing. I'm here with
Steve.
Yes, the two of us. As you've seen us in these other 3 episodes, if you've been able to muddle your way through it, you have already known, or you already have an idea of what we talk about.
That's right. And we promise it's only 20 minutes.
Yes. And the other thing I want to say is that a good bit of time has passed since episode 3. It is now the 18th of November, and a good bit has happened since then. So we're going to kind of catch you up on where we've been if you're interested. But what I'm going to do is remind you that it's a welcome. Yes, well, it's a welcome to the YouTube channel. But I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel. And please like the video and comment. All of that activity enables us to unlock other features within the YouTube app so we can build more content here. Now, are we experts on doing this kind of stuff?
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
We're
winging it.
Yeah, we are. We're wanging it, as they say in some places. But we have kind of tried to figure this stuff out. We bought some equipment, and we're kind of working towards a commitment of 6 episodes in the beginning to see what happens. If it gains traction, I don't know. But those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Rodger, but I go by Artful Rodger on TikTok. That is my name there. At Endtable, ENDTABLE, for if you want to find me completely there on that app. I'm also on Instagram, artful.rodger. And here, of course, is Artful Rodger. And I'm on Lemonade as well and on Clapper, but not as active on the latter 2 apps. I'm there nonetheless. But anyway, we are known for several things, really for the art that I create, vintage Christmas decor that we do.
Yes.
And gardening. Those are the 3 things.
Yep. And antiquing.
Yeah. And this series of 6 videos that we've committed to are really just about getting to know us, the 2 of us. And Steve and I have known each other and been together since 2002, November 6, 2002. So we just hit 23 years together. Yes. And when we met, we both had dark hair, none of which required any kind of hair color. And that changed. Steve has an allergy to hair color, so
I'm stuck looking like an old man.
Yes, and I'm not allergic. Clearly, not allergic. No, this up here though, this is pretty much my hair. This is
a lot of brown.
Very little color.
You can get away with it.
Very little colors in this. It's
more
this
like
part right here that tends to get really white, and it is a little bit covered. So I'm going to do it until the face is sagged beyond all recognition, and then I will stop doing it because there is a point of no return.
That's right.
Meaning that you can never return to hair color again.
That's right.
For men. Now, I'm not saying that for women. I know there's going to be those women out there who they can rock hair color. My grandma stayed blonde until she was, in her 80s and was blonde in the casket. So
that's my mom.
Yeah, my mom did too. Although she had cancer, she had to kind of let go of some of that towards the end. So she had her natural color. But yeah, but for men, it gets don't you think it gets a little tricky later on for men?
It can, yeah. I mean, especially, well, listen, you can tell sometimes when it's a single color. Yes. They just did it in the box and they just covered their hair.
Just for men is what I'm thinking of.
Well, yeah, just for men.
Just for men has no highs and lows.
Right. And that's the thing. You got to have the highs and lows. There's got to be the light and the dark together. There's got to be a little gray left. I mean, there's a way to do it. It's an art. It's an art. And there are hairstylists out there who know how to do it really, really well. And there's some people can do it by themselves.
That's why I'm Artful Rodger, I guess, because I hope I'm artful with it. No one's going to tell you. No one's going to tell you if it doesn't look. No one's going to tell you if it's patchy because no one's going to insult you with that or tell you it looks fake.
I would.
If you could see it.
True. That is funny. Yeah. When you ask me about it, that's when I take my glasses off typically.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it looks perfect.
Which reminds me, the other night we're out looking at the TikTok tree and Steve says, take off your glasses. The tree is gorgeous without your glasses on. Only old people could do that. We're the only ones, So of course I removed my glasses and it did. It looked fantastic. It did. It was all blurry and colors were all smeared together. It was really pretty.
Yeah, it was. It was extra.
Yeah.
It was extra.
That's how I feel when I drive. I love the look of things all smeared and blurred. Don't do that. That is a joke, of course. So we were out in Oregon visiting adult children, probably 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now. We got back.
Around Halloween.
Yeah.
Actually,
we went there for Halloween.
That's right.
And my daughter lives in a little town there in on the Rickrell Creek, and I'm not even going to tell you the name of the town. With Rickrell Creek, you might be able to figure out what town it is. Go directly to your atlas or go to Google Maps to see if you can figure it out. And you guys can put that in the comments and let me know what town she lives in. But it is a beautiful little town. I think it's ranked number 1 for raising families in the country. It's one of the top little towns for that, and that's where they live. But we spent some time with them, did the Halloween dress up. They did a little Halloween parade downtown.
That's right. They did trick-or-treating in the town square, Main Street, whatever, which was really charming. Very cute. Lots of people came out.
Yeah, a lot of adults were dressed up and kids. It was just really, it was very festive and fun. It was overcast, and it was a little bit chilly, but not cold enough to have to bundle up in coats so people could actually wear their costumes. But there were some fun, creative things. I went as a French aristocrat is what you would call it. Yeah, with my fancy shoes and my, just this very ornate outfit. I would call it
Did
that.
we post anything?
No, I haven't ever. This is like the second time that we've done these 2 costumes, but we haven't ever posted anywhere online. I don't know. I just don't know. I never feel the need to do that or want to do it. I don't know why I don't. I just don't. And you're talking about something you have no idea.
But it is posted on my TikTok page and my profile.
Okay, so who are you on TikTok?
I went as Paul Revere.
Who are you on TikTok?
Mr. Nightshade.
Okay.
History Ben.
You're at History Ben.
Yes.
Ben.
Right. Okay. And thus I went as Paul.
Not BIN as in dustbin. History bin, could you imagine? History BIN would be even better than BEN.
I'm going to change it.
You can't.
I'm going to change it.
You can't change that one. Yeah, you can't.
Luckily, I don't have a lot of.
Why did we miss that?
I know. Darn it.
That would have been the good one. No, History bin, because it would have been a play on your name. You know what I mean? And your enemies would love it.
Well, I don't have that many followers, so I could easily do it.
Yeah, so it's History Ben, not History Bin.
No.
Yeah, in the South, we do not make. I don't. We didn't, and I'm sure other Southerners can agree. We did not differentiate sometimes between the E, and I, except in certain words like pet and pit. But when names like Kenneth, that's shortened to Ken, it's kin, not Ken. And it's another one. What did we just say? Ben.
And
Ben. Though I don't. I have to really think about that S sound. Pen. Oh, it's another. There's no difference in the South between a straight pen and an ink pen.
Right.
But it's ink pen.
Right.
You have to. But I know I don't say pit and pet. Those are very different. I always have been, but I cannot get the others. But kin. I just said it again. Kin and can and can. I have to really think about it, but I've been corrected a number of times because I'm with a Yankee. The Yankee come down from the north, from Albany, New York. So what we want to, that brings me to the next thing, is what we want to talk about actually is Oregon.
That's right.
And the town is named after the same town that Steve is from, New York, which is
Albany.
Yeah. And Albany is a cute little town on the Willamette River in Oregon on the I-5. So I-5 is that north and south main interstate. It goes from Seattle down to San Diego, or to Tijuana, actually, Canada. It goes from Mexico to Canada all the way down the west coast. Cool. That's how it is. Yeah. Of course, I don't think it's called I-5 once it crosses the border on either side of that. Either end of it.
I think they get the picture.
But anyway, Albany is
about
along
2 hours south of Portland.
Yes. A beautiful little town, and one of our favorite pastimes is antiquing. And those of you who follow already know that we have antiques all over the place, and we like to go in and out of antique stores.
Yes, and actually, we were just talking about all the states we've been antiquing in.
Yeah, that was interesting. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely come back to that because I was surprised.
I was curious because I'm going to be pretty brief about this, because all I want to say is if you are ever in Oregon, Albany is a surprisingly cute little downtown area. It's old storefronts, brick kind of stuff. There's cute coffee shops there. We went in a really super friendly, fun, vibrant coffee shop in this town full of people, talking, chatting, looking at their laptops and stuff like that. Very
good coffee.
Yeah, good coffee. Quintessentially, that kind of downtown vibe is really cool. But there's an antique store there called Albany Antique Mall, which we love. It's an old department store,
Yes.
2 levels,
yep.
and it's full of stuff. And if you live in that area,
Good
if
stuff.
you're in Oregon and you love that kind of stuff and you like vintage Christmas, or you're within driving distance of Albany, drive there because their vintage Christmas collection is absolutely A+. It is. And we missed it because we were there. They were closing the next Monday and Tuesday to put all the Christmas out. So we missed it. But we were there last November and bought way too much holiday.
Spent too much.
Yes, we bought too much.
We bought too much.
Had to end up sending stuff home and spending tons of money with FedEx to get the box back here, which we don't have room. You can see the Christmas tree.
That's right.
As you step over here,
some of those
Christmas
ornaments,
trees in the background.
Yeah, some of those ornaments we're talking about
are on that tree.
Are on that tree as we speak.
Mm-hmm. That's our memory tree. Yes,
but it is. Yeah, but Albany Antique Mall is an A. I mean, a solid A.
Yeah, it is.
One of the best.
Yes,
in the country that we've been to.
These are people that can talk about things like that because we have antiqued in a lot of states. We were doing the math, and so I know for a fact we did the whole southern United States.
The whole southern, right, from South Carolina all the way to California, every state in between.
Yeah, so California,
I-10,
Arizona,
right, the I-10 corridor,
New Mexico, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi,
Alabama,
Georgia, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee. These are all the places we've antiqued. We realized that, have we not? We were really thinking about Virginia because we've been there several times, but we could not remember if we've antiqued. But what I was just thinking, we went to Abingdon about 20 years ago.
Oh.
And I think we may have gone into a vintage shop or something in Abingdon. I can't imagine we didn't, when we went to that. What's the name of that? Is it Bristol, Virginia, Bristol, Tennessee? That's right on the state line. And to have signs on the main street, it's 2 different states in the same city. We went to Bristol. So I have a feeling that we could count Virginia in. Did we antique in Delaware?
We haven't.
We have not. Yeah,
which is weird.
We love Delaware.
We didn't even think about it.
Spent some time there and still have not antiqued in Delaware. Yeah. Wisconsin, we did.
Mm-hmm.
Flew to Wisconsin. Another amazing city in Wisconsin, if you want to visit, is La Crosse. In the summer, of course, we were there in July of 22. It is surprisingly gorgeous. I was thinking Little House on the Prairie, flatlands, and all that kind of stuff. I thought it was going to be really super boring. But it is absolutely beautiful. Wisconsin was like, I would say Wisconsin is like you drill a hole in an emerald and you go inside the stone and everything is green because it just was a green experience.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. And Madison, my goodness, Madison, Wisconsin. I'm going all over the place. Love that city. But if you ever go there, the city is on an isthmus, right? Did I pronounce that correct?
Yes.
I always get that. It's because it looks like isthmus, but it's isthmus.
Well, an isthmus it crosses a body of water. It's like a bridge.
That's right. And there's 2 giant lakes in that isthmus. That land is right there, and that's where Madison is located. Where the University of Wisconsin, I think, is in Madison.
I think so.
Anyway,
University of Wisconsin at Madison, right? Is that what
I think so? Surprisingly gorgeous. Surprisingly, there's so many places in the country, people travel to Europe. We have relatives that just were in Europe, for their vacation. But there's so many things here in this country that we just take for granted or we forget to even visit. We've seen some beautiful things here.
Yeah. But there's just so much. Yeah. I mean, it'd be hard to do in a lifetime.
And it's funny how you have these presuppositions about places, like how I was holding Wisconsin in my mind, what it was going to look like. But I remember as the plane started to, we started to descent to land, and you could start to see the ground. It was just this green, unbelievable green in July, just coming up under the plane. I just could not believe how beautiful it was. And we had a really fantastic experience. But antiquing in La Crosse was fabulous.
That was an A.
That was another A.
Yes. Yeah. Here I am with 2 A's.
Arizona has a lot of A antiques out in Tucson and places like that. Those are really good places to go. New Mexico had some really good stuff.
Yeah. Albuquerque,
Santa Fe,
both of them.
Mm-hmm. And we antiqued in Artesia at some point down near Carlsbad. We've done that. Texas antiquing was really good. So lots of adventures in Texas. Unfortunately, in the part of Texas that most people say they don't claim. And I say this because I was out there once on a business thing, and a native Texan told me, that there was a part of Texas that nobody claimed, and it didn't even call it by name. And I found out it was the part of Texas that we always went to, which is Beaumont and what's that little town
Galveston.
Called? Well, Galveston's down near, it's closer to Houston, but it was definitely Beaumont, Lumberton, and Sour Lake.
Sour Lake.
Which, sour. Because my grandma never said sour, she'd just say sour. So we always called it Sour Lake.
But there was good antiquing there.
Really good antiquing. Absolutely.
See, that's the thing. You go to places, if you're into antiquing, go to places nobody else goes.
Yes.
You'll find really great buys and you'll find really great antiques.
And you get to see some pretty romantic things. And I mean, as in old buildings and structures, because I'm going to talk about another in Louisiana, which is Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Louisiana.
That was a great place.
Which is in an old school, and a 3-story brick school, like from the 1900 whatever, right?
Yeah.
It's over 100 years old.
Yeah. With
the chalkboard still in it, the old floors, the high ceilings, the light fixtures, all of it's there, but every room in that school is filled with antiques. Fantastic. It even had an open air, the restroom that was there when it was a school, which is almost like an outhouse. Remember that it had modern plumbing in it, but it was open. There was like no windows. The windows going through because it's very that climate's kind of tropical there a little bit, semi-tropical. It's not overly. It's not like here. It doesn't get cold,
but warm most of the year.
But weird open air bathroom experience, and the toilets were so low and little, because it was for a school. It's a different time. But yeah, that was a fun, romantic place. And we've done a lot of that. And I think that's one of the exciting things about antiquing is you get to go in those old buildings, which we enjoy. But on this trip...
Also, we've also antiqued in Montana.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And New York, Massachusetts.
Oh, that's right. Wow.
And then Oregon, obviously.
Yeah.
So
we were debating Washington the other day because we couldn't remember if we'd done anything. We had gone there because we'd been to Seattle, and we don't know. We can't remember. It's been so many years.
Oh, and Utah. We forgot Utah.
Utah, yeah. Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City had Capital City Antiques is what I remember there. They run a really tight ship, a great place to go if you're there in Salt Lake.
And there are 2 states that people that antique a lot said that we should definitely visit: Michigan, and Pennsylvania.
I've heard Pennsylvania, Indiana, Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
Did you go in an antique store in Ohio?
Yes, I did.
And how was it when you went in?
It was okay.
It wasn't like...
It was a lot of flea.
Oh, a lot. See, that's another thing to talk about too, here with our last... what are we on here? 17, 18 minutes?
17, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to be done here in just a minute. Yeah,
but well, do you want to return back to Oregon and just...
Yeah, we'll talk about Oregon too. But, I want to say that about antique stores, that some of them are full of flea market type stuff. I only like the ones that are truly vintage or antique. But what we're finding as we get older is that what we consider, boring, which is just not vintage, is 90s memorabilia and 80s stuff. And that is what the younger people are in there to get. We're in there looking for stuff they probably consider primitives at this point. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, it's not even like we would look at like an old something from a blacksmith shop. They look at stuff from the 50s and 60s as being like primitives.
Right.
Because the stuff from the 90s is in there and it looks kind of flea markety. But if there's an overabundance of flea market stuff when we go in the door, we typically scratch those stores. We definitely do.
Yeah. We like the old stuff.
We do.
We're men of a certain age.
And we're also not people who collect things that necessarily have to have a name, or it has to be signed by an artist or something like that. We, as my grandma once said, I lack what I lack. And so that's kind of how we are. We have some weird metal plaques on the wall in the night parlor that they weren't very expensive ever, but they're so cool and cute to us.
And it doesn't have to be in perfect condition.
Yes.
Like we don't mind dents and cracks and
that
rust
works. And I can fix a lot of things too.
Yeah.
Not to repair it to destroy the integrity,
right.
but to repair it so it's functional again, especially
right.
lamps and light fixtures and things like that. But
right.
yeah, but anyway, we will, I guess we'll talk about maybe our Oregon trip or such in the next episode because we're wrapping up this one. I don't want to go beyond the 20 minutes.
Yep.
Guys, I appreciate you joining. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel here to help us kind of continue to unlock and develop. I promise you, with time, we will get better at this, don't you think?
Yeah.
Are you committed to that?
I am committed.
Are you convinced?
I am.
I'm convinced. Okay.
I am.
See you later, guys. Take care.
Bye.